Have you ever wondered how a homeowner can spend thousands of dollars on a brand new roof and still have something really important missing? Not long ago, I was called out to a home to do an inspection on their gutter system. The homeowner wanted to know if his gutters needed gutter guards and whether there were a few improvements that we could make to the gutters. Roofing wasn't even the reason I was there. And as I walked around the house and looked up at the roof, I noticed it had a brand new roof on. Everything looked great from the ground. The shingles were straight, the roof looked clean. Then I looked a little bit closer. I noticed that the gable ends, because the first thing I look at is to see if a home has drip edge on, and the gable ends had brand new drip edge on, and I'm like, well, they did a good job. So naturally, I assumed it would be installed all the way around the house. But when I looked behind the gutters, there wasn't any. So I checked all the way around the entire house. Sure enough, there was no drip edge installed along the eaves behind the gutter. So I asked the homeowner about it. He had no idea. As far as he knew, his roof had been installed exactly the way that it was supposed to be installed. Now, I'm not sharing this story to criticize another contractor or anything like that. May have been circumstances that I wasn't aware of, but it did remind me of something that's incredibly important. A roof can look beautiful. Everything can be done perfect up top where it's visible, and you still can have important details that most homeowners would never think to check. That's why I believe the biggest roofing mistake usually does not happen during the installation. It happens before the contract is ever signed. Because most homeowners simply don't know what questions to ask before choosing a contractor, and that's exactly what I want to help you with today. Because here's the truth. Most homeowners spend hours comparing shingles. They compare colors, compare warranties, compare prices, but almost no time comparing the contractor. And that's not necessarily their fault. It is backwards because you're not just buying roofing materials. You're buying the knowledge, the craftsmanship, and the integrity of the people installing them. Think about it this way. If you needed heart surgery, would you choose your surgeon based solely on who offered the cheapest operation? Of course not. You'd want to know their experience, their reputation, their track record. Roofing should be no different because even the best roofing materials can fail if they're installed incorrectly. And I've seen modest roofing systems perform exceptionally well because they were installed with care and attention to detail. Installation does matter. Probably more than most homeowners realize. The roof I mentioned at the beginning looked fantastic. If you drove by that house, you'd probably think it was a perfect roofing job, but the homeowner had no idea there was no drip edge installed behind his gutters. That's the lesson. Most homeowners aren't roofers. They shouldn't be expected to catch details like that. That's why choosing a contractor is not about finding someone who can make a roof look good. Yes, that's part of it, but it's not the only thing. It's about finding someone who's committed to installing it correctly, even in the places that the homeowner will probably never see. So before you ever sign a roofing contract, here are a few questions I'd encourage you to ask. How long has the company been in business? Are they properly licensed and insured where required? Who will be installing your roof? Employees? Are they subcontractors? How long has that crew been working together? Can they provide recent local references? What workmanship warranty do they offer? And maybe the most important question, if there's a problem 2 or 3 years down the road, who is going to be answering that phone? Those answers tell you far more than the logo printed on a bundle of shingles. Here's another mistake I see. Many homeowners assume that great online reviews automatically mean great workmanship. Now, don't get me wrong, reviews absolutely matter, but they only tell part of the story. Ask to see recent jobs. Ask what they'll replace beside the shingles. Ask how they'll address ventilation. Ask why they're recommending certain products. A trustworthy contractor shouldn't be bothered by those types of questions. In fact, they should appreciate them because an educated homeowner is usually the best customer. One thing I always tell homeowners is this. Don't hire the contractor who makes you feel pressured. Hire the contractor who makes you feel confident. That's a huge difference. At Homeowner Roofing Academy, my mission isn't to convince you to hire me. It's to help you become an educated homeowner. Whether you hire my company, hire another great contractor, or simply want to better understand your home because The goal isn't just getting a new roof. The goal is getting a roof that's installed correctly, so it protects your family for decades to come. If this video has helped you, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe to Homeowner Roofing Academy, give this video a thumbs up and a like. Every week I share practical roofing advice to help homeowners avoid expensive mistakes and make confident decisions, because I've seen so much bad actors in this industry. And before I let you go, if you think choosing the right contractor is the most important decision you'll make, next week's video, it might surprise you. I'm going to show you one part of your roofing system that almost nobody talks about, yet it can determine whether your new roof lasts 15 years or 40 years. It isn't the shingles and it isn't the warranty. You won't want to miss that one. I'll see you next week. God bless.